What if I told you that we've already seen the One Piece? Not just in some cover page as a teaser, but obviously in the hands of Goldie Roger himself. What if I told you that we've already seen the One Piece? When everything comes together in this theory and everything becomes clear to you afterwards. Roger's laugh, the name Joy Boy, and Ruffy's comical Gear 5 transformation. In this video I explain everything to you, and at the end we clarify the One Piece. But before the video starts, guys, I've seen that over 80% of you haven't subscribed to the channel. So if you don't want to miss out when a cool new theory like this one comes live on the channel, definitely don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Much love. So what is the Womp Womp? Some people have been investigating this question for years. There was the theory that the One Piece could be the freedom to sail the seas without any boundaries or barriers, and the One Piece itself is a weapon who destroys the Red Line, and thus that all four lakes are together again, and that there is no Grand Line, no north, east, south, west, West Blue gives, but that everything together. Then Arthur released a 4-hour video, which is really crazy, and he goes into all the details, suggesting that the One Piece might be sake. But this theory I'm presenting is a bit different. Odin's flashback reveals that One Piece is indeed Joy Boy's treasure. However, each character defines their own treasure differently. For Luffy, his treasure is his hat or the brain. Meat for Sanji, his knife, and his hands for Zoro, his swords, and for Nami, her mask. So, what is Joy Boy's treasure? What is the One Piece? It must be something that he valued more than anything else. Joy Boy, you've left behind such an incredible treasure. What a funny story. These are the words of Goldie Roger when he saw Joy Boy's treasure. With this statement word for, if we take the word or rather literally, is Joy Boy's treasure a funny story? So is the One Piece Joy Boy's story or the story of the lost century? Many fans have actually speculated about this sentence, but no. If One Piece is a story, what would be the point of the Rio poneglyphs? For everyone again, the Rio poneglyphs are the new poneglyphs that tell the story of the lost century. And maybe the One Piece is the last Rio poneglyph? Poneglyph. But that would definitely be a bit boring. Okay, what is the One Piece, you ask? Let's continue. Firstly, One Piece is written in Japanese like this, and it has 3 meanings. One being the great hidden treasure in One Piece, the sea in peace, and something that connects people, or a rope that connects people. So the One Piece is something that connects people. So is it sake? What Arthur said? Well, I don't think so. It's something bigger. It's a rope. But what is the rope in One Piece? I'll explain it to you using the One Piece logo. It is BTW official that Oda created it himself. He designed. The logo represents the Grand Line surrounded by the calm bales, as it is set up in the world of One Piece. Behind the O of One Piece, you can see a cross which should be the reverse mountain. It should. Nep is supposed to be paradise. I then represent the red line. The EC diagnostic program. The last 3 letters. They represent the new world and the lines above. And below, they essentially represent the bed of the boat. And if we now look at the last letter, namely the A, we see that it's an anchor which begins with the start of the story. That is, with the O, or rather with the logo of the games. The rope thus represents the whole story of the One Piece. It's an adventure. The adventure and the story are what connect people. Millions of fans read One Piece weekly, and people all over the world with different religions, different beliefs, we are all connected through One Piece. It's like Roger said, Joy Boy left an incredible treasure. Such a fun. So, is the revelation of the theory that the One Piece is simply the adventures and the story that what is told to us during the series? Not quite, so it's better than that. Just like Oda has connected people from the real world, the same has been done by Joy Boy through the treasure of the One Piece. Possession, Bamzu, Zanin, and it done. He has people of different races, different religions of different kingdoms connected. That would later become the Old Kingdom and the sake respectively. Being sake was used as a symbol of their brotherhood. Okay, so the One Piece is a story by Joy Boy, but what kind of story did Joy Boy tell? Well, to explain that, let's first take a look at chapter 1069. Devil fruits are essentially the desires of their creators. Someone wanted to become a jacket and has. Someone got the jacket Numi. Someone wanted to become a slime and then basically got the slime fruit. Someone wanted to become a giraffe and someone wanted a Nika. Someone wanted to be free. And who is Nika? Obviously, we know that Joy Boy was a real figure from antiquity, but Nika is referred to by Vegapunk as a character from the ancient writings, described And what's even more interesting is that Ruffy's human fruit is not an ancient Soan, but a mystical fruit, because Nika is a myth. One, he never really existed. It was just one history, a story that was told in the ancient times, told by the slaves who got their freedom. Stop not had, for it is told in the Buccaneer families for generations, that the name of the legendary warrior, Sun God Never, and that he will take you to sea one day, where you can be free under his sun. And Nika, bleat, always has a smile on her lips, and this Nika never really existed because it was just a myth to never lose hope. So, according to this theory, One Piece is a comic book, and Nika is a character from the said comic book. He was just a god in a comic book. In the dark times when Joy Boy lived, times of slavery, this comic book was his escape from reality. A light in these dark times. It gave him a sense of freedom. It brought him laughter. Joy Boy wanted to be free more than anything else. He wanted to become Nika, a figure from his favorite costume. His treasure. He wanted to free people, to put a smile on people's faces. The comic book drove him to rise against the 20 kingdoms, which later became the world government. This comic book and the story, the laughter it brought him, the light in the dark times, he had to share it with everyone. And through this comic book, everyone was connected. Similar to us One Piece fans who are right now just like you watching a One Piece video. Me, who has One Piece as his job, and many fans worldwide who love One Piece. And look and enjoy together a new episode, a new chapter, or a new adaptation. Joy Boy and many others who desired freedom above all else. They joined together and used the sake to symbolize their brotherhood and family. And through advanced technology, Joy Boy could finally become the embodiment of truth. He became Nika, he could with his from the comic book stemmed, laughing at such ridiculous forces and freedom to other people. There's a reason why G5 is so hilarious. There's a reason why it looks so cartoonish. There's a reason why it looks like it comes from a comic book. Because it really comes from a comic. And now there are even more evidences, or rather some indications that all this could really be true. At Jump Festa in the years 2019 and 2020, Oda said he hopes he wouldn't feel too much in Oden. Reveal flashback, and he said that Wano is strongly associated with the vampire. So, with the treasure, One Piece will be linked, and we got the flashback, and we have Nika who plays a big role in this theory. Role plays. And now to the statement that we have already seen the One Piece. Yes, we have seen it, just look at this panel. Roger is holding something in his hand. He didn't have it in his hand before. He didn't go there with a map, but stood there and said, "This is the treasure you left behind." A story full of laughter, and you can see very small that he has a piece of paper, perhaps holds in his hand what he naturally kept there. A book, or possibly even a comic book. That, my friends, is the only remaining piece of Nika's comic book. So far, enjoy both. Treasure. And in the lost century, 20 kingdoms of the world, the government has destroyed all comic books as they pose a threat to future rebellions, similar to the name Nika and everything else about the Old Kingdom. To avoid making the same mistake, the Old Kingdom created poneglyphs. And to top it off, there's a certain character who currently doesn't play a big role in the story, but they'll play a big role in the final course of action. And this character is none other than Big News Morning. So far in the story, he has only dealt with wanted posters and news about the world through his newspaper. But what if he gets this comic book in his hands? I mean, he's already for Luffy becoming Pirate King, and he's definitely against the world government. What if he discovers the truth about the world and is the one who this comic book copied millions of times and spread around the world in a day, along with the truth about the entire world and the lost century? The world government would go crazy. They would have to every kill who has read his newspaper. And then the world government would split up again. Or rather, the marine in Wampanoag. And then two camps would set up again. People like Akainu who blindly follow the law or these quotes laws. And people like Garb who would want to protect civilians. That would cause more issues. And what if Morgans already knows the truth? Morgans ate a devil's fruit and is constantly in his hybrid form. But why? It's like he's hiding his identity. What if Morgans was a member of Roger's crew? That would also explain why he's against the world rights, government is, and why he knows that Luffy will be Pirate King. And why he supports it. And just like every other member of Roger's crew had a role to guide Ruffy, Morgans did too. His role will be to tell the world everything. Wow, so this is the theory. I'm shocked myself at how good a theory can be. Of course, you can still add, remove things here and there, but in the end, it is a solid theory. If you also find that, then subscribe. Definitely subscribe to the channel, don't forget to like this video, and definitely a heart in the comments if you've watched up to here. See you in the next video. Peace out.